Hello and welcome to Numeristical, bringing you the picks of the day for Wednesday, April 24th. It's about 8:40 in the morning here, California time. And let's get into it by reviewing the picks from yesterday. Okay, so yesterday we had a split decision. We took a big favorite with a big underdog with the Nationals and did not come in. Nationals are actually up 1-0. They were down 4-1, but in the bottom of the ninth, they first had a runner thrown out at the plate and then loaded the bases with 2 outs and struck out. So they had a chance, didn't win. White Sox and Twins went over as we hoped. So we got a win there. So overall down a fraction of a unit for the day and down 8.6 units for the season. Let's get into the picks for today though. So here's the full slate of games. So a few caveats here. One is the Padres Giants. The Padres Rockies. I don't have a starting pitcher yet, so I don't have this game on the list. The second caveat is that there are several pitchers that the model does not know well. So Landon Knack here for the Dodgers, the model does not know well. Sixto Sanchez, Spencer Arrighetti, Yariel Rodriguez. All these are pitchers the model does not know well. So I'm actually not going to take any bets on those games because the model just kind of thinks they're all kind of not that great pitchers because it doesn't have enough history on them. So, but anyway, with that caveat, here are all the probabilities on those games. And the model is telling us to look. Now, it's actually telling us to look at all those games that I said we're not gonna pay attention to. So for home teams, there's actually only two we really want to look at. That's the Brewers Pirates and the Tigers Rays. So in both those cases, the model is telling us to take the home team. So it's saying look at to consider. It says take the Pirates if you can get plus 114. So let's hop on over to Wager Talk and go to the money lines. And let's find the Pirates. And we're getting plus 109, not quite getting plus 114 that the model wants to have an edge. So we'll take a bet there. Dodgers Nationals, again, I said we're going to split that because the model doesn't really know much about Landon Knack. Next up, Tigers and Tampa Bay Rays. The model is saying to take the Rays and get minus 110, and they're already showing minus 109. So it looks like we'll find a bet here. Let's take a look. Detroit, Tampa Bay. And it looks like we can get minus 107 on Tampa Bay, which is good enough for the model. So we'll mark that down. Tampa Bay Rays for minus 107. Rays minus 107. Okay. That's it. Again, these three we're not going to look at because they're all sort of pitchers not well known to the model. And then it says to take a look at three away teams. So it says the Diamondbacks. Bet the Diamondbacks if you can get plus 107. So let's see if we can get the Diamondbacks plus 107. Here we go. And 105, not getting 107. Close, but no cigar. Let's see. And actually the line has moved for this significantly, which is interesting. But, we want, model says take 107. We're not getting 107, so we're not going to take a bet there. Next up, the A's and Yankees. Once again, the model is telling me to bet the A's as a big underdog. And it says 196. Take the A's if you can get 196. So let's see what we can get on the A's. And sure enough, we're getting 207 at Bookmaker on the A's. So again, my trusty model that has no impatience or frustration with underdogs that keep losing is telling me to bet the A's again. So I will follow the model. 207. I did win the last time they picked them, so I shouldn't complain too much. But I lost the 5 previous times that the model told me to pick them. But we're doing it. A's plus 207, and then finally the White Sox Twins. It's saying look at the White Sox. And the White Sox almost won last night. They were ahead and they blew it. But it's saying take the White Sox. We get 191. And let's see. Now we're not getting 191. Now we're getting 175, 177, but not 191. Just curious where the line has gone. This line hasn't moved. So not going to take a bet there. So for sides, we've just got two sides right now. Let's take a look at the totals. So again, these totals, I'm not going to trust, like for example, like games with those pitchers that the model doesn't know well, and you know, especially if they're overs, right? Because it thinks like these pitchers are really bad, and so it's probably going to find overs there. So it's giving us a few things to look at, though. It's saying the Giants Mets, it likes the under, even at under 7.5. Both two really good pitchers going against one another. Likes the under, says bet under if you get minus 103 at 75. So let's take a look. Switch over to totals. Mets San Francisco 7.5. So it started out at 8. So again, if I'd gotten up early enough, I could have found a bet here. But now for the under, we're actually getting, you know, the best we can find is minus 118. And the model wants minus 103. So not going to find a bet there. Let's see if I'd gotten up early enough. Just curious, yeah. So again, I got to start doing these early. If I'd gotten there before 5:49 in the morning, I could have gotten it at minus 110. I guess that's still not quite what we wanted. Right, yeah, well, it's minus 103. Okay, so no bet there. The next under, Dodgers and Orioles, or I'm sorry, Angels and Orioles. Saying take under 9.5 at plus 110. So really, it's looking for like under 10 on the Angels Orioles. Yeah, and you can see we're not going to get 10. In fact, the line started at 9. It's moved to 9.5. So not going to find a bet there. Next up, we got the Guardians Red Sox. Says take over 7.5. If you can get minus 127, it's already showing minus 115. So it looks like we'll find a bet there. So let's take a look at the Guardians Red Sox, see what kind of line we can get. Guardians Red Sox, we want over 7.5. And you can see we're on this game. Over 7.5. Looks like we get minus 110. Over 7.5. Yeah, so it looks like we'll take that. So Red Sox Guardians over 7.5 minus 10. Red Sox Guardians over 7.5 at minus 110. Let me just double check. Over 7.5 minus 110 there at Bookmaker. Okay, next up, Reds Phillies. It likes over 8.5 if you can get better than even money. And you can see we're not going to get better than even money, get as good as minus 103, but not quite what we want. Again, these next three, not gonna touch. You can see some of them are very slanted. And then finally, Twins White Sox. Again, it likes the over. If you can get minus 124 or better. So let's look at that. Twins White Sox again. Twins, White Sox. Oh, what? It's at 6.5. Oh yeah, that's what it was. 6.5. Wow, 6.5 minus 120. So Twins, White Sox, 6.5 over. We get minus 118. So model's saying to take that. So we'll take the over. Twins, White Sox, Twins, over 6.5, minus 118. White Sox, Twins, over 6.5, minus 118. Just double check that. Over 6.5, 18. Over 6.5, yeah. Okay. So that's all we got. So we got 4 bets today. The Rays minus 107, the Athletics plus 207, and then over 7.5 Red Sox Guardians, over 6.5 White Sox Twins. Thanks for joining. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.